was likely a cover before he disappeared to an al-Qaeda training camp. Yemen is also thought to be where Anwar al-Awlaki is hiding. Al-Awlaki is the American-born Yemeni preacher who communicated with Major Nidal Hassan, the soldier who went on a shooting rampage at Fort Hood just 2 months ago. In an interview with Al Jazeera last month, al-Awlaki made clear what he now thinks about America. America today is the Pharaoh of yesterday. It is the enemy of Islam, he said. During this last week here in Yemen, it's become clear that if the mission here is to make this the new front in the so-called war on terror, it is going to be complicated. The country that has suddenly gained the world's attention provides fertile ground for al-Qaeda. Its mountains rise 4,000 feet above sea level in some areas. The villages are remote, and the few roads that do exist are difficult to travel. There are areas that are ungoverned. Poverty is extreme. And then there is the khat, a disgusting-looking green leafy narcotic that was stuffed into the cheeks of almost every male we saw today.
Put it in your mouth.
It's legal.
And you should. It's very, very legal.
It zones out a good deal of the population. Most of the country's precious water is used to irrigate it. Yet it is also a land of breathtaking beauty and age-old traditions. An old way of life contrasted by a far more modern one. There are streets crowded with cars, but other means of transportation are still popular. You see sexy lingerie in the shop windows, but almost every woman we see is fully covered, whether on the beach in 80-degree heat or in the city.
We like it. We are not irritated by it.
And the government the U.S. has had to ally itself with is weak, fighting wars on 3 fronts, to the north, to the south, and now with al-Qaeda. On Sunday, we flew to Aden to meet the nephew of the president, charged with running the security forces and anti-terrorism units here. Last week, the U.S. pledged $70 million in military assistance to help him with a task that has often been overwhelming. You're getting more U.S. trainers.
Every time things getting worse, we get support more.
And like it or not, Yemen's prime location offers great appeal to al-Qaeda to try to establish an even bigger base of operations. 40% of the world's crude oil passes through the Gulf of Aden, giving al-Qaeda greater incentive to fight hard to stay here. The people we talked to back on the streets of Sana'a told us they want nothing to do with al-Qaeda.
We hate al-Qaeda.
It is a disastrous situation, this man said. They may feel that way, but the leadership of al-Qaeda here are old hands in the terror business. One of them, Nasser al-Awlaki, directed the attack on the USS Cole in Yemen in 2000. He was a lieutenant of bin Laden's, with him in the caves of Afghanistan's Tora Bora. Another 2, Saeed al-Shari and Qasim al-Rimi, spent years in prison at Guantanamo Bay. But that, too, is part of the contrast here. While al-Qaeda promotes hatred of the West, the people we have met on the streets of Sana'a are as friendly to Americans as almost any place in the region. Which is lucky, since now America needs these people to be its new best friends. For Nightline, I'm Martha Raddatz, ABC News, Sana'a, Yemen.